Now, it's important to note that this is not the first case to raise concerns in Germany of far-right attitude among the police. 5 questionable chat groups within the past have been discovered amongst the forces in Western Germany. In the central state of Hessen, investigators were looking into a hate mail campaign against politicians and public figures, and they stumbled upon a chat group used to exchange extremist content. A similar group was also discovered in the southern state of Bavaria last year, in which hate speech targeting Muslims was shared. However, these incidents have always been discussed as just individual incidents in Germany. Germany's police and security services have long faced accusations that they are not doing enough to these extremists within their ranks. After this latest incident, a special commissioner is to be appointed.
Rechtsextremisten und Neonazis haben in der nordrhein-westfälischen Polizei, in unserer Polizei, nichts, aber auch gar nichts zu suchen. Da muss man glasklare politische Kante zeigen.
It is a sensitive issue in a country where awareness of the World War II genocide of millions of Jews by the Nazis under Hitler is strong. However, police forces in Germany are governed by each individual state. The Black Lives Matter protests this summer really highlighted the problem of racism among the parts of police force. There was a call to launch a nationwide investigation by police, but it was cancelled by the German Interior Minister this summer. For more details, let's quickly cut across to DW correspondent Clifford Coonan, who's joining us live from Berlin for more on this news story. Clifford, thank you for sparing your precious time. Now, what explains the growing far-right extremism among the German security services, which I believe has been happening for quite some years now?
Well, it seems to be an institutional problem. For a long time, the discussion has been about far-right and far-left extremism, but increasingly in these cases, which, as you mentioned in your introduction, were individual cases, but they keep happening. We're seeing that it is among young police officers who seem to have these largely anti-immigrant views, and also these neo-Nazi views. I think there's 300,000 police in Germany, and recently we've seen in a recent survey there were 40 cases of police officers who were being investigated for far-right views and for spreading far-right information. So it is a problem, and it's linked to a broader issue about immigration and attitudes to immigration in Germany and the far-right movement in Germany.
Right, Clifford, since you mentioned that it's indeed linked to a larger picture, what is the Interior Ministry doing to tackle this far-right abuse, and has Germany done enough to tackle far-right violence?
Yeah, I think for a long time the focus has been on far right and far left, but increasingly now, since last year we had the assassination of a pro-migrant politician, Walter Lübcke, by a far right extremist. We've seen various cases. The mayor of Cologne was stabbed by a far right extremist, and we've had actions on the street. So I think there is growing. We've had attacks in cities. So I think there is growing awareness, and what the government is trying to do is it's trying to basically change its focus now to concentrate much more on far-right violence. But when you see actions within the police force itself, you can see that there's a problem in enacting a lot of these stronger measures. And clearly, while the government is very opposed to this and is very public in its opposition to what's going on, if you have a problem in the rank and file in the police force, for example, then it becomes an issue. You've also seen it's in the military. We've had far-right extremists in far-right incidents of extremism from within the ranks of the army, for example, and this summer the Special Commando Force, KSK, has been partially reduced because of incidents of extremism there.
Right, but perhaps that focus needs to be now translated into greater actions. On my last question to you, Clifford, we are told that investigators have also raided multiple phones and computers used to share xenophobic content. Is technology and social media also playing a vital role in this far-right hate propaganda?
Absolutely. It's really facilitating it. There are very strong privacy protections in Germany, so people are able to spread a lot of this information without being tracked. And so it's definitely facilitating a lot of far-right extremism. Also within the police force, we had a case earlier this year of a retired police officer who was sending threatening messages, again using online methods. So it's certainly contributing to it, or certainly being used as the platform by which a lot of this hate is being spread.
Right, and perhaps that's also technology is perhaps the first starting point for the forces in Germany to actually come down and crack down on the sort of hate propaganda. For now, thank you so much, Clifford, for bringing us all those latest inputs.